playoffs, and it's been a busy last couple of days, but the bi-district round of the playoffs is here. Now on Thursday, it began with 32 Valley teams starting the playoffs. 10 are already headed home after Thursday's action. We had 11 more playoff games on the slate tonight. Still one more game in taps tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get started with one of the teams that many are saying we could see in the fourth round of the playoffs or deeper, and that's the PSG North Raiders. 10-0 season for PSG North. They moved down to 5A after being the 31-6A champions last year. They knocked off Edinburgh Vela in a thrilling game in the middle of the season. Now they begin this playoff run against Donna. Back in the playoffs for the first time since 2015. These two squared off at PSG Stadium tonight. Let's take a look at the highlights from PSG Stadium tonight. Raiders ready to begin their playoff quest and trying not to overlook the Donna Redskins, who are hungry, back in the playoffs again for the first time in a long time. And Ethan Guerra starts things off for the touchdown there for PSG North. They missed the PAT to make it 6-0. And then we'd see Ale Aparicio kind of struggle with his arm. He'd been such a phenomenal quarterback all season long for PSG North. He gets picked off by Isaac Gaona, and Donna is cooking. And then Luis Silva, nice play here, hurdling over the PSG North defender. But then on the next PSG North drive, it's it's Jason Montes running it in for the touchdown to make it a 13-0 lead for PSG North. And then we'd see Victor Sandoval come up with a big interception here. Ale Aparicio, 2 picks in that first half. And then we'd see Donna start to get going on offense. It's Jeffrey Lefevre, the big fella, fires it long for the touchdown. Caleb Harrison with a fantastic grab, and it's a 13-7 game at that point. And then Andre Matamoros, look at him make the players miss here, takes it to the right side, and then we'd see Ale Aparicio decide to run and take it himself to make it 41-7. PSG North goes on to win it. Let's hear from Marcus Kaufman and Ale Aparicio after this one.
These guys we came out a little bit flat, didn't work real focused on the task at hand, and once we got settled in, we started playing Raider football and took care of business.
I knew I couldn't put my head down. I knew I had to come back and really change my mentality on the field and just do whatever it took to help my team win. Although we didn't throw the ball as much, I still love the outcome of the game. We just had to do whatever it took to get this win and move on to the next round.
Actually, that's a good football team. We're going to go up there and try to contain them. They're very, very athletic and very, very fast out there. We're going to see what we can do when we get there.
All right, we're talking about the next round. We'll get to that in a second. Meanwhile, McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, the site for the home game for the Edinburgh Vela Sabercats. They, like PSG North, have fourth round in their minds. But first, they got to get through a very tough Westlake East team. Jamal Polly making it a 7-3 game with that touchdown. And then Polly breaking free again. They're not going to get him. Down the sideline, breaks free, 14-3 in favor of Edinburgh Vela. They did have some turnovers there that they were struggling with in that first half. We go to the second half now, and it's Polly again, off to the races. Takes it to the house for another touchdown. That made it 35-3. Vela had a couple of other touchdowns to start that second half to get it to that point. And then we'd see Jackson Shoup here, the tight end. I promise you he caught the ball here. As Shoup takes it in for the touchdown to make it 42-3, and then another one here from Polly. 4 touchdowns on the night here for Jamal Polly. 49-3 was the score and the final. Let's hear from John Campbell after this one.
Credit to Wesco East. The kids were well prepared and were playing hard. Obviously, us turning the ball over on the opening kickoff didn't help anything, but credit to Wesco East, and then we were able to get in there short in halftime because we were anticipating some weather, which made it making some adjustments. The kids handled that pretty well, and then got some turnovers on our behalf to open up, so it was almost like it was a tale of 2 tapes.
Just all the practice that we had throughout the week, just reading the holes, following my whole line, and the coaches believed in me.
And that was Jamal Polly after the game. Let's take you back to last night. Brownsville Veterans hosting a playoff game over at the high school. Now have 2 stadiums in Brownsville, and they were showing off as they hosted McAllen Rowe. As you see, Brian Chavez goes for the long run there, and then next play, Chavez wants to end the drive here, gets towards the pylon, nearly was stopped, but able to hit that pylon, gets in for the touchdown. And Nicky Rowe trying to pick up the pace here. We'd see Lance Salinas looking for Nelson Ramirez, and it slips right through his hands, and Ramirez can't believe it. Couldn't hold on. And then to Sampaio, to Jay Valdez. pushes forward, but he'd fumble the football here. Nicky Rowe would recover at that point. Again, this game was last night over in Brownsville, but the Chargers defense not going to let them get away with that. Christian De La Garza breaks through with the sack of Lance Salinas for the safety. As you see the Chargers poised to advance to the area round, we'd see Chavez again with the run, gets close to the stick, and then Sampaio again to Chavez, comes through, gets him another score. Let's take a look at the final score last night from Brownsville. 45-3, the Chargers knock off McAllen Rowe. Also last night, McAllen High getting into the playoffs, a three-way tie with Palmview and McAllen Rowe. They get the tiebreaker over the Lobos, and they were trying to take advantage of it. First, though, Harlingen South down to 5A after winning 32-6A last year. Anaya throws to Jacob Cano, takes it for the touchdown. Hawks take a 6-0 lead, and then McAllen quarterback Joaquin Valdez throws it to Christian Echazareta for the touchdown. McAllen ties it up after the point after to make it a 7-7 game, and then Valdez throwing it to Brian Alanis, able to haul it into traffic here, and then it's Anaya here on offense here for Harlingen South. It's Anaya handing it off to Seth Vergara, but the ball dropped, fumbled, picked up by Mac High here, and then we'd see another score as McAllen quarterback Joaquin Valdez would throw to Obed Alvarez for a touchdown, and McAllen would take a 17-9 lead. They'd go on to win it by a final of 24-15. So the Bulldogs are headed on to the area round. Let's take a look at what's on tap for 5A Division I in the area round. PSG North will take on Corpus Christi Miller. That one is set next Friday. It'll be a 7:30 kickoff, not 7 p.m., 7:30 kickoff. Just got an update on that at Cabaniss Stadium in Corpus Christi. Edinburgh Vela also lost their flip. They'll be taking on Corpus Christi Veterans at a 7 o'clock kickoff at Buccaneer Stadium, also in Corpus Christi. These are the other matchups. We don't have the full details on where these matchups will be, but Brownsville Veterans will take on Victoria West. McAllen High will take on San Antonio Southside. Still more to come here on a playoff edition of the fifth quarter, powered by Reyna's BBQ. We'll take a look at some of the scores in 6A and in 5A Division II. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Reyna's BBQ is fired up this football season, and so are our biggest fans.
Reyna, Reyna.
From our tenderized brisket to our moist chicken and our delicious wings, we have something for you. So bring your family and crew down to Reyna's BBQ.
Taking it home, baby. Reyna's BBQ got me fired up. Woo!
We look forward to serving you at Reyna's BBQ.
Attention people with Medicare and anyone turning 65. If you have original Medicare, you may be able to get a plan with additional benefits. Medicare Advantage plans may include eyeglasses, wellness visits, gym memberships, meal delivery, and hearing aids. The service is free. You may even find a plan with a $0 monthly premium, $0 copays, and $0 deductibles. Call 800-279-0308 and let Best Medcare do the work for you.
A DWI can have more consequences than one may think. When a good person makes a bad mistake, they need my representation. I'm Rene A. Flores, your DWI guy. If you've been arrested and need someone to help you through it, call me today. I can provide you with the legal representation for the best outcome for you and your family in and out of the court. Trusting who you hire will reflect on the outcome of your case. Trust me. Rene A. Flores, your DWI guy.
Healing Children's Hearts. The Children's Bereavement Center Rio Grande Valley is the Valley's only center of its kind, offering grief counseling to children and young adults at no charge. Show your support so every grieving child and young adult in the RGV will have access to competent, compassionate care when faced with the death of a loved one. Don't let bereaved children be forgotten mourners. Call the center today and find out how you can help.
Welcome back. We're going to continue on here on the fifth quarter, powered by Reyna's BBQ with 5A Division II. Now, Sherryland High School, they had a tough start to their season, 1-4 in the non-district, but the Rattlers, they got healthy, won all 5 of their district contests to win the outright district championship in 16 5A Division II. As for Edinburgh Vela, La Máquina Maria took the last playoff spot in District 15 with their win over Valley View in the final week of the season. These two teams did battle at Richard Thompson Stadium tonight, and it was a low-scoring game early. Love the white unis here by the Edinburgh Vela Yellow Jackets. You see Alvaro Amaya drops back to pass, can't find anybody, decides to run, but the Rattler defense would hold. Now with the Rattlers on offense, Bo Krell with the handoff to Alan Guerrero, and he gets the good run to set them up inside Yellow Jacket territory. Yellow Jackets would get stalled, so they'd go for the 20-yard field goal, and Kali Nguma puts it in for the score. It's a 3-0 lead there for Sherryland. Then Yellow Jackets back on offense. Amaya with the pass. Receiver goes down, intercepted. Alec Gonzalez, and that's a pick 6 for the Rattlers. All the way in for the score. No two-point conversion, though, for the Rattlers, so it's a 9-0 game at that point. Rattlers back on offense on their next chance. Bo Krell with the pass to Alec Gonzalez gets a nice 20-yard run, sets them up inside Yellow Jacket territory, but some penalties would move them back. Krell ends up getting sacked by the Yellow Jacket defense, who certainly came to play in this one. So we get the last play of the half here. Bo Krell with the Hail Mary pass, but it falls incomplete. Final score tonight, though, from Mission. Sherryland comes up with the victory over the Yellow Jackets, 32-7. Let's go over to Corpus Christi. Roma back in the playoffs for the first time in a long time, just the third time in school history for the Gladiators, as they took on the Flower Bluff Hornets. Gladiators getting things going. Bad snap on a punt and a break for Bluff with the ball inside the 30. Hornets would take the advantage. This is Jaden Paliseo to Wyatt Elwood for the touchdown. Hornets would take the 7-0 lead, and as the cold front started to hit, and literally right before this play, Isaac Lozano started to heat things up here for the Gladiators. He's been doing things all season long for Roma. Takes it in for the tying touchdown to make it 7-7. This game would get delayed for a long time due to lightning. They're still playing. It's in the third quarter. 49-14, Flower Bluff with the lead over the Gladiators. Let's go back to last night. Gregory Portland taking on Mission Veterans. This one up in Corpus Christi. Mission Veterans just getting in the playoffs after struggling against the likes of PSG Memorial and falling to both to Sherryland and Sherryland Pioneer. Reed Dooms with the early touchdown. What a name there for the Gregory Portland quarterback. And then we'd see Braden Ludiker, the new quarterback, comes up with a big throw to Manny Espinosa, who gets the first down. Too much Gregory Portland. Rough one for the Patriots. They fall 64-6. Elsewhere, Mercedes taking on Sherryland Pioneer. This one also last night in 5A Division II action. The Tigers taking on the Diamondbacks. These two teams used to be district opponents. Now they're facing off in the bi-district round. Pioneers struggling with the opening kickoff, so terrible field position to start things off, and that results in a safety as Alan Gonzalez causes that. Mercedes up 2-0, and then Ethan Ansico runs it in for the touchdown for the Tigers on their first offensive possession, and then Joe Cisneros finds Jazz Gonzalez, runs it in here for Mercedes, gets it close, and that would set up Javier Sanchez, runs it in for the touchdown here for the Tigers. And we'd see Sherryland Pioneers, Julian Valdez looking for Antonio Carizales, and he would take it all the way down the sideline. Good block there from his wide receiver teammate. Gets it in for the touchdown, but it was Mercedes moving on to the area round. 37-27, the final score from Sherryland's Richard Thompson Stadium. Let's take a look at the matchups for 5A Division II for the Valley teams that are still advancing. Mercedes moving on. They will take on Liberty Hill. Site and location and date to be determined. Sherryland High, they're moving on with their win over Edinburgh Vela tonight. They'll take on San Antonio Veterans Memorial coming up next week as well. Let's take a look at some other scores from Thursday night's action. The Shiner Comanches with the 54-14 victory over Santa Maria. La Villa falls to Ganado 68-6, the final score there. Rio Hondo, they fall to Goliad 60-10. It was Sinton falling to Gruya Sinton beating Gruya 42-7. And also Orange Grove, it was a close one, this one on Thursday, but Orange Grove pulls out the victory over the Raymondville Bearcats. Their season is over, 35-21, the final score there. Still more to come here on the fifth quarter, including 6A action. Who's moving on? Big one tonight over in Edinburgh between Los Fresnos and Edinburgh North. Stay with us, the fifth quarter rolls on.
Reyna's BBQ is fired up this football season, and so are our biggest fans.
Reyna, Reyna.
From our tenderized brisket to our moist chicken and our delicious wings, we have something for you. So bring your family and crew down to Reyna's BBQ.
Taking it home, baby. Reyna's BBQ got me fired up.
We look forward to serving you at Reyna's BBQ.
My husband was killed in a car accident while he was on the job. The job didn't want to take responsibility for it and help me. I called the force because of the ads I saw on television. Jeff and his team started helping me right away. Jeff settled my case and I received a confidential amount. Although the money won't bring my husband back, it did allow me to take care of my kids now that he's gone.
So if you've been in a car or truck wreck, call me at 444-4444. That's 956-444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255. If you're between 40 and 85, get your free Funeral Advantage Guide. Help keep your family financially protected with up to $20,000 cash immediately.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions.
Funeral Advantage is something we'll all need. There's no risk or obligation.
Call 800-845-6716.
KRGV Channel 5 has a strong commitment to closed captioning our broadcasts. This allows the deaf and hard of hearing to watch the news and get the same information as our other viewers. For more information on KRGV Channel 5 closed captioning, contact Paul Aguayo, P.O. Box 5, Weslaco, Texas 78599-0005. You can call Paul at 956-968-5555, extension 5627, or email Pablo A at krgv.com. After hours phone number 956-968-3636.
Made you wait for the 6A games here. Let's switch gears now to 6A. We'll go to 6A Division 1. Los Fresnos now, they took care of business in the non-district. They had a controversial loss to Weslaco High and then ran into the buzzsaw of Harlingen and San Benito, but they get in as the 4th seed in the playoffs. Now they get Edinburgh North. The